All right, welcome everyone to our June Member Connect. We do these every month as an opportunity to get some members together to do a little bit of networking and also to learn about some of your benefits, some updates from ATTA. So this is a casual event. You are welcome to interrupt me and ask questions at any point. And I'll just start by introducing myself. My name is Mira Anselmi. I am the Vice President of Community for ATTA. Been here about 5.5 years now. And with me, and I'm in Seattle, Washington in the US. And then I've got 2 members of my team with me today, and I will let them introduce themselves. We've got Sharon with
Yes. Hey. Well, I'm Sharon Conceição. I'm the Latin America Community Lead, speaking from Florianopolis. Now, for me, it's cold. It's 30 degrees. And with me, I have Felix, my black cat. And always, it's a pleasure to see our beautiful community. I feel like we do not see enough. And there's always something going on in membership. We work a lot to bring new things, and we want to present to you in this call. So I'm happy.
Thanks, Sharon. And Jalila?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jalila. I've probably exchanged with you via email, and I also see some familiar faces. I am the community lead for North America, as well as travel advisors and media members. I reside in Temple Hills, Maryland, but right now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I really, really enjoy, connecting with people in our community in North America at our events. And I've been with ATTA for a year, and it's been a wonderful journey and a wonderful experience. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing from some new people today.
Thanks, Jalila. And then I just saw Gustavo, but then did he disappear?
No, I'm here.
Oh, all right, there you are. Gustavo, welcome. We're just doing a few introductions of ATTA team. Thanks for joining us. Would you introduce yourself to everyone?
Yeah, my pleasure. Glad to be here. My first member connect. So I'm really happy to be here. So I work at ATTA as the Vice President for Product Development, basically helping the organization to have our products all be consistent from our events to our education initiatives. So very glad to be here, connected to and knowing more about our members.
Thanks, Gustavo. About time you joined us. Glad to see you here. So busy man. And then I saw one of our ambassadors, Jorge. Are you still on, Jorge Perez?
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Jorge.
Hola, Mira. Hello, everyone.
You just introduce yourself too. Jorge is one of our international ambassadors.
Yeah, so my name is Jorge Perez. I'm based in Ecuador. I have my company that is Tierra del Volcán. I've been a member of ATTA since 2007. I enjoy a lot working with ATTA, and I think it's a great community to be part of and to promote tourism and conservation.
Thanks, Jorge. So yeah, as a member since 2007, that makes him an adventure champion. Those are members who've been with us for 15 years or longer. And they are great resources for all of you to learn kind of how to take advantage of your membership and how it can help your business. Sometimes better than the ATTA staff even is to hear from our ambassadors and how they utilize it. So really glad you're here, Jorge. All right, so we do have a little presentation we'll do in a bit to show you some of the benefits, as well as just some updates, some opportunities, some events that are coming up and things like that. But let's start by getting to know one another a little bit more. So there are it looks like 36 of us today. So I think if we went around and all introduced ourselves, it would take the entire time. So we're going to break out into breakout rooms that are smaller, and there will be about 5 of you per room. We're going to give you about 10 minutes to just introduce yourselves to one another, and you can just say, you know, kind of who you are and your role within your business and where you're located, and then maybe add something that is, you know, what are you looking for to get out of ATTA, or what is something that you can contribute? Yeah, we'll go with that. So I'm going to, you're going to get a pop-up screen that's inviting you to go to your room. And you can go in there and start chatting. Please be sure not to go over time too much to where other people don't get a chance to talk. And then you'll see a little pop up again that gives you a warning when you have like 2 minutes left, and then I'll pull you all back into this room. So without further ado, here we go. And if I see a bunch of ATTA people in the same room, I might move you around, so be prepared. Here we go. See you in about 10-15 minutes. All right. So I hope that was good for all of you and got you a little like loosened up, getting to meet somebody new today. This is the best travel community in the world, not just according to me, but to many people with knowledge on the subject. Adventure people are just special, and the ATTA community especially. And you know, one of the things that really makes this community unique is the values that we all hold and share, and that's really the common thread besides adventure. That is the thread that ties us all together, are those values around supporting communities, supporting the environment, conserving the environment and cultural heritage. And so when all these people around the world are working for those same values, it really makes amazing things happen. So I'm going to share my screen, and I've got a deck with some slides for you. So this is the official ATTA mission, and I just wanted to share it with you all because really this is the mission that we're all on together. So to empower a global travel community, to deliver experiences that protect capital and shared economic value. And those are just those values I was talking about. This is really the lens that ATTA puts up when choosing the work that we do and how we go about it. And you're all on this mission with us. This is a snapshot of the membership and how we are today. Thought you might be interested to know. So currently our community is made up, I'd actually say it's over 30,000 now. It's probably more like 35,000 individuals made up of tour operators, lodges, travel advisors, tourism boards, as you can see. And so you can see here that the tour operators, both inbound and outbound, really make up about half of our community. And then additionally, we've got representatives from the tourism boards and ministries. We've got over 200 amazing media members who are really highly vetted. It is not easy to become a media member of the ATTA. We make you jump through lots of hoops. And so those are journalists and influencers out there who are looking for your stories to tell. We also have travel advisors, some gear suppliers, and other associations also who we partner with. So this is kind of the ecosystem of who makes up our community around the world. And then here you can see where we are. So we're still about 41% in North America, so US and Canada. Mexico, we would put over with Latin America at about 16%, another 25% in Europe. And then you can see the rest are smaller percentages in other areas where we are still working to grow. Oops, I didn't update this number at the top. We actually have members in 102 countries right now. I mentioned adventure champions. We've got Jorge Perez here today, who's a champion and an ambassador. And then we have these 3 kinds of membership. It's business membership, which most of you are, professional membership, which is for one individual. And then we have free community membership too. I'm going to share these slides in an email with all of you afterwards. So some of these slides are so that you can have these links and you can look into it, but we don't need to go into too much depth here. I just wanted to show you our team is actually remote. So we do not have office headquarters anywhere. And you can see that ATTA team members are really spread around the world. And there's at any given time between 30 and 40 of us. A lot of us are part-time, we're contractors, we're also running other tourism businesses. And so that's a snapshot of who we are. Ambassadors such as Jorge from Ecuador, we also have about 70 more ambassadors from countries all over the world. And these are members who are resources for you also to connect with your local adventure travel community. So, you know, ATTA, we're really global, but it's important for you to also have that local industry community and be connected with them as well. So ambassadors put on Adventure Connect networking events and are there as a resource for you. These are some of our different properties, I guess you could call them. So we've got ATTA, also Adventure Travel News, which most of you should be receiving that newsletter and familiar with that. Adventure.travel is actually our consumer-facing website where all of the tour operators that you see on there are ATTA members. So that's a place where some of our members can get exposed to adventure travelers looking for inspiration. And then we have the Adventure Travel Conservation Fund, which is our nonprofit, which does grants and funding for projects around the world to help conserve areas where adventure travel happens. So these are all different areas where you can get involved, and just wanted you to know they're all under the ATTA umbrella. So we have a lot of different benefits for our members, and I'm just going to go over some of those today. First and foremost, we really want to encourage all of you to join the member hub. So you may see on our main website, adventuretravel.biz, there's lists of active members where anybody from the public can go see who our members are. You are only going to appear on that list if you create your hub profile. So it's really important, if you haven't yet, that you sign up at the hub. So you can see the URL here at the top. And I'm going to go ahead and take us out of the slides and into the actual hub. And so what you'll find, especially for those of you who are business members, we want all of your staff, your full-time staff, to join the hub. You do not have to share a login and a password. They can go into that URL and click sign up and create their own login and password. And then similar to like LinkedIn, you're going to have a company page. And then under that company page is going to show all of the employees who have hub profiles are going to be connected. This way, different members of your team can access the different benefits. And so we have different resources for your marketing team, for your operations people, for your guides, for your management. And so you really want to get different members of your team in there to access all of these different resources. So this is what the main hub page looks like. And you can see there's just a feed where you're welcome to post anything about your business. Remembering, of course, that everybody in here are travel trade. So this is the place for your trade news, not necessarily for like travelers. I do a monthly newsletter called Prosper that goes to over 5,500 members every month. And I go through here and will find posts and add those to Prosper. So that will get them some additional visibility. And I want to show you how to find each other. This directory here, if you go under members, this is a great resource that's only available for those of you who are members and who are in the hub. And this is where you can research and find each other. And so here you could search for any different company type. So say you're a supplier and you're looking for a buyer and you want to find a tour operator who is, under business model, you could do buyer or supplier. So you could say that you're looking for a buyer, and then you could put your destination in here. So since I'm picking on Jorge today, we'll do Ecuador. So say he just wants to find buyers who are selling tours in Ecuador and he wants to connect with them. And now you'll get this list of all the different outbound companies that sell Ecuador. And then when you click on them, you'll get some information about them. And then you'll see any of the employees who are in here. You can click on that employee, you can send a contact request, you can send a message. And so this is ways. So we don't share our members' emails with each other as much as you'd all like that. And we do get asked all the time, but we also protect your privacy and take that really seriously. So we will not share emails, but you can reach out to anybody here in the hub. One of the benefits that we don't publish is that we will make introductions on your behalf. So if you ever have a hit list of up to 10 companies who you are looking to connect with, and say you've tried through the hub and they're not getting back to you or something, you can email your community lead. That would be Jalila or Sharon or myself or Mia, who's not here today. She's based in China. And you can email any of us with your list of who you'd like introductions to. We'll reach out to those people. We'll give them a few lines of, so-and-so's looking to meet with you and here's why. And then if they accept, we'll go ahead and make that connection for you. So in addition to the member directory, I want to show you here where you can access your benefits. I encourage all of you to really look through this list. As you can see, there's quite a few things, but I do want to call out a couple. One here is Adventure Travel News. We have several ways you can contribute to Adventure Travel News. This is our new news website. It ranks really high in Google searches for adventure travel. So it gets a lot of really great organic traffic. We also send a newsletter to the subscribers, and we have over 35,000 subscribers, and those are all travel trade. As members, we'll publish your news and send this out to this list. But there are guidelines. So here in the hub is where you'll find these guidelines. So there's a few ways to contribute. You can send us your press releases, and you can find out some submission guidelines about those here. We can do featured articles, member stories. This is brand new, really excited to just start offering this. So these are your stories. We want to introduce you to the world, put your company on the adventure travel map and tell people your story. So if you have a really interesting origin story, how your company started, maybe some connection you have with an NGO or a nonprofit or a community, something innovative that you're doing, what's something that's like unique and interesting that that the adventure travel trade would be interested in? Our guidelines here is that instead of writing the whole story and sending it, just write a couple lines like a pitch. So just tell us, here's my idea, here's the story I want. If you send us that, our editor is going to work with you and kind of guide you to get that story in a format that would work for us to publish, because we do have a high standard for this news website. But please don't be afraid. Don't, that you're not a writer, that you're not a professional writer, or even that English is not your first language. We really want to get your story out there, and we're going to help do that. You are also welcome to submit your stories in your own language. They do not need to be in English. And so we have on Adventure Travel News, there's like translator buttons, so people can read it in their own language and you can write it in your own language. Voices from the Field is another section that's more like, we started this when there was a lot of craziness going on in the world. So whether there's, bushfires or political unrest or things that are maybe affecting tourism in your area, and you want to tell our audience, here's what's going on the ground, we can help get that news out there. And so people can bypass, mainstream media and mass media and hear what is actually going on in the ground. And is it safe to still travel? Do my clients need to cancel their trips? So this is a way you can get that news out as well. And then we also have sponsored and advertising opportunities. So that's Adventure Travel News. It's a really, really great opportunity. We only allow our members to publish. So we get requests all the time from non-members trying to get their news in here, but we reserve that for members only. And then I'd also mentioned adventure.travel. This is where you're going to find information about that. I'll give you a peek at this website. So this is the consumer-facing website. We do not book tours. ATTA is not trying to do that. This is just an inspiration website, and you'll see all of these tour operators and travel advisors here are ATTA members. So this is another place that you could research to find partners when you're trying to create an itinerary somewhere. But also you can get listed here. All business members can get listed here, and you can see that people can search by activity or by destination, and then you just have your own website in here. So it's really just to drive traffic to your website. Also, by being listed here, it's going to help the SEO on your website. Again, this site also ranks really high with adventure travel searches. And as you can see, we've got some really big members in here, such as G Adventures. And so when people might be searching for G Adventures, this site pops up. That's also going to help your SEO. You can also submit stories, videos, photos, and stories. And the more, so like whenever you're doing blog posts, you know, you change it up a little, you can submit those to this site as well. That's going to help the algorithm. That's going to make you rank higher on this site. And this one has a subscription list of more than 60,000 adventure travelers, and we send a monthly newsletter. And we can highlight, you know, when we get these stories and things, we'll be looking for things to highlight in that newsletter and through social media channels as well. So there's a lot more to see in here. We've got a pro shop with lots of discounts on gear, especially for North America, some for the other countries as well. And so I just invite you and your teams to come in here and explore all of these benefits that we have for you. Does anyone have any questions so far? Okay, if you do, feel free to also drop them in the chat, and Jalila and Sharon can keep an eye and can help answer and let me know.
I have a question. I don't know if I can ask.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. So how would we go about, like, on the adventure travel, you know, as a tour operator, how would we go about saying, like, hey, I want to be featured on that, or I have a specific trip or style? Would we reach out to you, or is there a submission process, or how does that work?
Do you mean on the adventure.travel website or in the newsletter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you were just showing. Probably both. The adventure travel news or the adventure travel site. Like, for example, I'm just filtering, looking at like wellness trips. We have a lot of yoga retreats. Mm-hmm. Like, so how would we get that up there, for example, and or be mentioned in a newsletter? How does that work?
Sure. So, so you'll add all of your content and create your listing here through the hub. So under benefits, you'll see adventure.travel. Now, if I click on it, I'm just going to get this message that says I'm a staff member. But if you are a tour screen, the really simple instructions that you just fill out these fields. It's like a form and you fill it out. And then you'll also come back to this place to submit your content. And then if you'd like to get it in the newsletter, I would say, again, just send a message to one of us. We're really trying to promote this, and we'll see if we can squeeze it in there. There are advertising opportunities as well. So, you know, and you can find all of that here. We've got a media kit here. And so you can find out ways to advertise. But if you've got an interesting story out there that you think our travelers would like, just send us a link, like post it in ATTA, send us a link and say, I'd love to get this in the newsletter or on social if possible, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
And so you can see, yes, here, create a tour operator profile, create a travel advisor profile. So these are all the instructions here and submission guidelines. And then for destination members, I know we have Peru here today. We also have opportunities for destinations to get listed as well. Yeah, great question. This is just what the active member list looks like on our main site. So again, if you create your hub profile, then this is what your listing will look like on our website. If somebody's logged in as a member, they'll see this button that says connect on the hub, and they'll be able to go into the hub and see your profile. If they're not a member, they'll just see this link that goes right to your website. Okay, just a few updates from ATTA. We have a new research report that we just put out, creating sustainable experiences in adventure travel. And when you download this research report, you can also, you'll get this checklist. So we encourage all of you to check this out. And then we'll have a webinar coming up next week that is based on this research report too. So Heather Kelly, our Director of Research, will be speaking about this. And so this will be a great opportunity to have some conversation about some of the latest trends in what tour operators and tourism businesses are doing to become more sustainable. Speaking of sustainability, this is one of these benefits that I want everybody to know about because not everybody does, but we have a partnership with TRAVELIFE. They are a sustainability certification body in Europe, specifically for tour operators. So as an ATTA member, you can get access to their system, their management, action planning, guidance, and reporting tools for sustainability for free. So basically, for TRAVELIFE, you can do all this work and get up to a level that's called TRAVELIFE Partner, which very much shows that you are a sustainable company, that you're doing the work, that it's aligned with your values. And then the next level is the certified, TRAVELIFE certified. And so as an ATTA member, you can go all the way up to the TRAVELIFE partner level for free. And then after that, if you decided to go that next step and get certified, you would need to pay TRAVELIFE's fee because they send out someone who comes and audits your operations in person. But that's a really great value that I hope you will all look into and take advantage of, at least getting access to all of their tools and education. And then together we released these activity codes of best practice. And again, I will share this, this deck with all of you. So you will have these links, but on our website, you can learn more about the work that we've done with TRAVELIFE. And you'll see here that we put out these sustainability codes of best practice. There's 38 different adventure activities listed here, and some really just like simple, basic guidelines for being more sustainable with those activities. And then you can join, if you want to join and get that free access, you would do that through this web page. And then here you can see some of the webinars and articles that we've done together that helps explain what they do a little bit more. So I will share this with all of you afterwards. Oh, this I already told you a little bit about, the member stories for Adventure Travel News. But it's just exciting. We've been a little limited to more like press releases in the past, and now we're opening it up so that it can be beyond press releases and more of your interesting stories. All of you get 40% off of our online courses. For those of you who are business members, that includes your staff. So we've got guide training, business management, safety and risk management, plus all of these other courses. And so if you can consider incorporating that into your training processes for your staff. So I encourage you, we've got other ones on marketing, you can see protecting animals, video storytelling. So really great courses done by our educators with a long history of doing education in person. And we only just brought some of our courses online in 2020, making them accessible for the first time to individuals and to individual businesses. So it's really exciting that you all have access to these now, and at such a steep discount as well. Upcoming events. ATTA puts on a lot of events. They all start with adventure, so it can be a little bit confusing as to what is what. So again, I'll share this with you where it kind of explains a little bit of the difference between some of our events. I won't go into too much detail on all of these right now, but I will just tell you about some of the upcoming events that we have very soon. In the next couple of weeks, our Latin America team, including Sharon, who's here, will be gathering in Bogota, Colombia for Adventure Next Latin America. This is a regional event, so the suppliers will be from all over Latin America, and the buyers and the media are coming out to meet with them and learn all about Latin America and make partnerships. And registration is still open if anybody would still like to join. And then this September, we will all be meeting in Hokkaido, Japan. Super excited about this. As you can see, all of you who are business members get a discounted price. There's a marketplace element, which is going to be 2 different sessions of kind of speed dating one-on-one meetings. And all of those are pre-scheduled through an event app. We've got keynote speakers, we've got breakout sessions, roundtables, workshops. They're incredibly inspiring events. And this is a place for everybody to come together. So while all of us will get to experience Japan and learn a lot about Japan, we will also have many other destinations represented there and suppliers from all over the world. So it's really a global event. And this will be the first time it's ever been held in Asia in person. So we are super excited about that and hope that many of you will join us. And then of course, adventures. Everybody gets to go on adventures at these events. So there are some multi-day adventures, and there are some seats available on those for purchase as well at FAM rates. And then there's a day of adventure that's included in your ticket price. So everybody who has a ticket gets to start the conference with a full day of adventure. And super excited about this brand new competition that we have just announced recently with the Untours Foundation. So the Untours Foundation has the Reset Tourism Fund. This is so they're like a nonprofit, and they do low interest loans and funding for tourism businesses. So let me see if I understand this exactly, but basically there's an application that's open right now. You can apply. They're looking for high impact tourism businesses. So that means high impact on like communities, on women in indigenous communities, like, positive impacts in the world. They're looking for those businesses. You can apply, and then they'll go through those applications, and the top 5, or is it 3? Now I'm forgetting. The top few applicants are going to get a free, all expenses paid trip to the summit in Japan. And then in Japan, we will have a session where it's a live pitch session, kind of like Shark Tank, if some of you are familiar with that show. I know it's a very US show, but it's where you will pitch your story on stage in front of a live audience. And then the winner is going to win a cash prize. And who gets selected will win some. There's some cash prize, plus of course you get tickets to the summit and an all expenses paid trip. So this is really exciting. Applications are open, I believe, until June 23rd. I should have put more notes on here. I'm doing this from my head. And so for those of you who the summit might still feel a little bit out of reach financially, this is an opportunity where you can possibly get funded to go. So I encourage all of you. And there's more information about this in Adventure Travel News. There's an article about it where you can learn more as well. And of course, I'll share this with you all too. And then last but not least, we have Jordan coming up, Adventure Elevate Near East. This is going to be in Amman in October. So again, as an Elevate event, this is regional. So the suppliers will be from the whole Near East region, not just Jordan, but everybody will get to experience Jordan. And so there will also be a marketplace. So those one-on-one meetings, there will be adventures for people to go on. It's going to be wonderful, and I will be there for the first time. I'm super excited. So I hope to see some of you at this one as well. All right, and here's some of the links. All of our social media. I hope you will follow along on our social media channels, and soon we're going to be making opportunities for to introduce you all, our members, to our social media followers as well. where you'll be able to like submit some information and we can give you a shout out on social media. We've got, I don't have the updated numbers right now, but we've got very healthy followings on all of these channels. So how did I do on time? Do we have time to chat? We have 10 minutes for some Q&A. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I did not follow the chat at all, but it looks like there's conversation. All right, does anybody have any questions? Becky.
Yeah, so thanks for all that information. But I just wanted to ask, how do you become a brand, like an ambassador for ATTA? Because I know you mentioned there's a lot of them, like regionally, internationally. Like, how do you become one?
That's a really good question. So we launched that program in 2020. And so far, it has been by invitation only. So mostly being identified by the ATTA team as somebody who really already is an ambassador and is acting as an ambassador, and then they would get invited to participate. We are going to be expanding it because that is a question that we get, and it's a great question. And so we'll be looking at creating a process where there could be like a nomination process. So you could nominate yourself or somebody else, and then we'd probably need to get like a couple references from other ATTA members so that we can keep expanding the program. Yeah. Where are you located, Becky?
So like I said on the chat, I was born and raised in Ecuador. I'm married a Brazilian, but I live in Omaha, Nebraska. So that's where we are, but we go all over the world. So really just wherever the flight can take us. So, but I'm based in Omaha, Nebraska. So.
Awesome. That's great. And I've learned a little bit about TRAVELIFE too. I know it's a technology platform that I think a lot of our members use, and I've heard really good things.
Awesome. Great to hear.
Any other questions or comments? Let's see, is anybody here going to the summit this year? Anyone else going to Japan? Maybe Andy, just come. Gotta get approval from the boss.
We'll definitely be there, but at the moment my boss is trying to take the place, but I'm trying to make sure it's me. But yeah, as a company, we'll be there for sure.
Awesome. Ashley, did I see you're coming?
I'm not, I would love to come. I'm hoping to find an opportunity to come. Funny you brought up the Untours because somehow it came across my Instagram today and that's how I found out about it. And so I've already applied for that.
Yay, so. That's great.
So maybe.
How about Bogota? Is anyone going to be in Bogota in a couple of weeks?
I will. We're going.
Is that you? That's great. Sharon, tell us some exciting things about Bogota. I know our Latin America events are always very creative and special.
Well, there's so many special things. From the beginning, the pre-adventures, we have a great buyer selections. We have old and new friends. We are going all over Colombia, so new places that people outside Colombia are not so familiar. So we are discovering new spaces, showing the country. And the selection of the speakers are great. We have a highlight for regional people, community-based travel, indigenous that are local, that can share that the best thing that a region has is its people. And all the event is based on music because Colombia is well known about the different kind of rhythms and music, and our theme is tourism as an instrument of peace. So we are really excited because Colombia has been doing great with all this work, and we are super excited about it. We are touching the sold out marketplace table has been sold out for a while. So there's a lot of expectation about that. And the content was super carefully chosen. And we will be a great team. Not only the Latin America team, but we will have like Tammy Fairweather there from media. And we are so happy and so anxious about it. I can't wait. It's the first event of the ATTA that more than 1 week before the event, I already have my bags. I never done that before, but I'm super anxious about it.
I'm impressed.
Yes. So,
yeah, it's going to be a good one. And yeah, really excited about the music theme. It's going to be a lot.
We have a lot of surprise. And there's about...
Maybe you tell us some surprises today, but that's okay. We'll keep them surprises.
If the theme is music, we will have some musical surprise.
That's great. All right. Well, if there are no further questions. Oh, wait, did I maybe see one?
I have one.
Okay.
If there's another one, you can go for it first. Can I go?
Yes, Ari.
Okay. What type of trainings, and you mentioned training and educational resources. What type of training resources do you guys provide for your members in Africa? Are there any specific areas of focus, like maybe technology or sustainability? Just curious.
We don't have anything that would be specific to Africa, but a lot of our trainings would be very relevant in Africa. So of those online courses, we have, I believe, 10 tracks. So we call it a track. It's like a bundle where there's maybe between 6 and 10 classes within that track. And so like I think the animals and tourism would be a really relevant one for people operating in Africa. And then again, you know, safety and risk management, business management. And then in the hub, there are some other resources too that are like free and available, some like best practice resources. And then there's, I actually didn't mention it in this, but have you heard of the Adventure Travel Guide Standards?
Not really. I'm a new member. I have no idea about anything really. I'm just trying to...
Well, welcome, Ari. We're glad you've joined us. So the guide standards were put together basically a group of members who wanted ATTA to kind of create these like global standards for adventure guiding. And instead of ATTA creating it, we just created the platform for our members to get together and do it. And so there's members, I believe they started from 17 different countries. These adventure leaders came to the first edition of these guide standards. And it's a free resource that's out there for anybody in the industry to download. And they are in-depth standards. And then they did the newest edition came out in February of 2021. And so now it's more official. It's like a governance board that creates these standards. And they do like a voting system, so it'll change out. So people will change on the board, and then there's an executive committee. And so ATTA is a part of that, but we're just one part of it, and it's all of these leaders. And so you can find those on our website under Learn is one of our like top links. And if you go under Learn, you'll find the guide standards. Oh, is Sharon sharing it?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, thank you. And that's a really wonderful free resource for anybody in the industry as well. Gustavo, can you think, did I miss anything there?
No, you did great. That's it. Well, one thing to mention is our guides training, our online guide training is based on the Adventure Travel Guide standards. So it's also a connection between the standard and some online training that we have available.
Perfect, thank you guys.
Yeah, and then that sustainability training it would be great also for suppliers in Africa, and that's like through TRAVELIFE. But then we also have I didn't really go into it today, but on our website too, and in the hub, you'll find a research library and a webinar library. And there is so much useful information in both of those for you to go through. And like I said, for different members of your team. So we have stuff for the guides, we've got stuff for your marketing team, for your ops team, for your management team, for your sustainability manager, if you have one. So look in our research and webinar libraries too. All of those are free for members.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah, how do we say your name? Moskan?
Moskan, yes. Moskan.
Moskan.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
You too.
A new member too. I just want a question about Hokkaido events because I will be in Japan before the event, but I wanted to book for marketplace B2B marketplace, but it was sold out. Yes. Mm-hmm. Is this big list? Is there any hope to open the waiting list or not?
We definitely do always manage to get several people from the waiting list in because we're travel people, so people's plans change and people will be canceling. But it's certainly not guaranteed to get off. Did you get yourself onto the waiting list for that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. There are opportunities to meet and network throughout the event, even if you don't have a marketplace table. And so we have an app where you can connect with people through the app at the event. And then we'll have a big sign that says, meet me here. And so you can schedule meetings with people where you just meet at that sign. And then you can go find a table and somewhere to go sit and talk. So we've got coffee breaks, lunch breaks. There'll be some free time in the evenings. And then actually during the marketplace, there's plenty of people, because it's so limited how many seats we have at that marketplace. There's plenty of people also who won't be participating and who will have that time open for other meetings.
Because I've been in many events before. When you don't have marketplace table, you can be more active. I'm not sure now. Without marketplace desk, you suggest we join to this event? Because I'm waiting for your reply.
Yeah, I definitely recommend going, even if you can't do the marketplace. There is so much, there's so much more to gain than just those buyer supplier meetings. That's something that's also really special about this community, is it's not always just the buyer supplier meeting. A lot of it is peer-to-peer. It's about meeting other people from around the world who are your peers, who may be facing similar challenges, similar opportunities, and sharing that kind of knowledge. I know you need to get the return on investment, of course, to make it, worth spending the money to go all the way to Japan. So there are ways to still meet and network with a lot.
I'm already in Japan.
New business partners.
I'm already in Japan. I have tour. I'm tour guide. I will go to Japan before the event. And
perfect.
The date, yes. That I already managed the date before this event. But right now I'm waiting for B2B desk marketplace. And you are suggesting I join to this event. Without that?
I think so, especially as your first summit. It's really good sometimes to just come and learn how it all works.
And this app, you said before the event, we can find other partners in this app, or you said we will go there, and after there we should find our partners.
You'll be able to do some of that before the event starts. Yeah, the app will open, I don't know, maybe usually like a month ahead of time or so. And that's when people will start rating each other to do meetings, but then you'll also be able to start connecting with people.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
And then as a member, the membership team is here to help you too. So we can help you navigate this, and usually we'll do a summit orientation webinar. So I highly encourage you to join. When you see an invitation, come to that webinar where we can really walk you through the app and all the opportunities so you can make the most of it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Excited to see you there. Sergio.
Hi, Myra. Maybe it's a little bit early, but what about next meeting in London? Remember last time in Berlin, ATTA held a meeting one of the days, and it was really, really good to see other people's faces. And are we going to have the same instance this time in November? Thank you.
At WTM London? Do you mean?
Sorry?
We are going to have an Adventure Connect at WTM London.
Yes,
in November. Yes, we will do that. Yeah, so for those of you who are new, he's asking about Adventure Connects. Those are free networking gatherings that we do around the world. Sometimes we do them attached to trade shows. Sometimes we'll just do them at a bar in a town where we have a lot of members. But we do some big ones like at ITB Berlin. We do a big one every year, and we also do one at WTM London every year. And that's a great place to go to these kind of mass travel events and then find the adventure people. They'll all come to our adventure and
I will
find
ask
each other. So
further
yeah, they are
details
super
to Sharon. Sharon is always kind with us. So I'm pretty sure I will organize a drinking with her, maybe there.
Mira, I know it's early and we can connect offline and stuff, but we have our new office in London. We have a rooftop bar, which may not be great in November, but we'll, depending on numbers and stuff, we'd certainly be open to hosting as a venue if you're looking for one. But we can chat elsewhere.
That's awesome. I think they're giving us space in the show because usually
you're welcome.
Usually for these ones, we'll also have some content. So we'll probably have like a panel of speakers to talk about our latest trends research. And then it's like a little reception right after that. So it's going to be within the show. But Andy, I will take you up on that for other times because I think our 100%. Community in London would like to meet on your rooftop bar for sure.
100%. Even if the weather closes in, there's a lovely pub over the road that's indoors, so we can do either. But yes,
okay, great.
Yeah. But seriously, that's open to all ATTA members. If you're in London, I'd love to meet you for a
as long we have beers, the rest is okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think we have any on the calendar right now. We've been so busy with all these other events, we haven't been pursuing Adventure Connects as much, but usually you'll find those going on all around the world. So thanks for asking, Sergio. All right, I know I've kept you all over the top of the hour. Thank you for sticking with us, and thank you for all your questions. And we do this every month, different times and different days to accommodate the different time zones. So keep an eye out for those invitations, and we'd love to see you again.
Goodbye.
Have a great day, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.